Звезды вспыхнут и вечер, древней сказкой внутри корабля. Мы трассируем вечности от орбиты до края. Отпусти, дом, прости, звезды там, как я понимаю, что-то знаю и горят. Время на старт, надо взрослеть, надо успеть, иначе будет поздно. Нужно успеть, просто успеть. Кто-то летит навстречу в сотни искрящих слез, сотни миров на плечи, вихрем гроз. Может днем, может ночью, здесь все равно все не так. Я научусь, мне срочно отчаянный шаг. Карты звезд, путь начертан, пыль квазаров, дыхание огня. Видеть хвост бесконечности должен взор капитана. За штурвалом в блике алом ты как вечный страж. Вой сирены, крейсер первый и форсаж. Время на старт, надо взрослеть, надо успеть, иначе будет поздно. Звезды вспыхнут.
Apologies, forgot to turn on sound. That's my bad. Yeah. Hello everyone. Good evening. Good time of the day in general, and welcome to today's Somewhat Play stream. Today I'm going to be playing some Mappa Imperium, which is, well, a sort of tabletop, paperback, paper top, however you want to call it, game, which is based entirely around world building. As in, well, we're going to be starting with a continent, creating cultures, and overall seeing how the world goes, how events happen thanks to randomness and other such things. And hopefully we're going to have a bit of fun, at the very least. So, to start with, to explain what is Mappa Imperium. It is a basic but still rather interesting world building game based entirely around random generation and creativity. It can be played solo or it can be played multiplayer. Today it's going to be solo, of course, because I am alone with AI. So we'll start as always from the beginning, from the age of creation, creating the geography, the landmass, and everything else. And for that, we're going to have to roll a die. So let's do this. Let's start this. 4. To confirm, it is indeed 4. Which means that there's going to be two medium-ish islands for our territory. Well, let's begin. Let's try for, I don't know, some sort of interesting shape. Something perhaps not quite yin-yang-ish, but something like this. A bit of a bean sausage. Bean sausage. I recently discovered quite a few such small creative games that I've been kind of excited to try out at some point. So there may be more of things such as this later on in my streaming career. I'm not sure how often I'll be streaming, to be entirely honest. Mostly because of some stress issues in life. But hopefully it'll be a tad more stable than it's been this weekend. Might just reduce the amount of streams I do, simply so that I can, well, not feel as stressed in life. I'm not sure if this counts as small islands. Mostly, well, not small islands, but medium islands, mostly because it's kind of big. But well, let's say that we're just kind of zoomed in on this. Although I'm probably going to move this guy somewhere here. Move this guy somewhere here. Maybe turn it a little bit. Then let's pick this guy and also turn it around a little bit. Yeah, I think something like this will do. A bean sausage and a tooth, or a talon and a tooth. Let's work a little on some more on the general shape. Let's set some of this, some base perhaps. Don't quite remember what they're called properly. Just noise this up a little bit. There we go. Keep that. Like this. This should work. Alright then. These are two medium islands. And now let's add some geography. So so with this we're going to have to roll 8 times in order to fill up. Hello, Chester the Papa. What do you mean by not being able to understand me? Like, am I quiet? Is something messed up or what? Most people have said that it's mostly comprehensible. I was thinking that I might have accidentally left another filter going, but no, it should be as it always was. I might feel it more later, but for now it's kind of too late to fuck with it too much. Actually, let me check something. Let's see here. Didn't catch any of that. That's the other thing. I've had most people who I talked to about this have said that it's mostly comprehensible. You're the first person who said that it's too extreme. So apologies for that. It's just that. Again, you're the first person who thought that it's too extreme. Unfortunately, at the moment, it is going to be kind of difficult to tweak it properly, simply because, well, simply because that would require me to hear myself, and that would kind of fuck with the stream itself. So I guess I will just try to speak a little more clearly. So maybe that would help. Since, well, it is also that I have a bit of an accent. So is me talking a bit more clearly helping in any way? Okay, okay. Then hopefully me speaking a bit more clearly is going to help. Ah, extra voices. That I might be able to tweak a little bit. Hold on. Filters and yeah. It's like this any better? Alright then let's keep it like this for now. I will check it after the stream to see how it actually sounds, but right now this will have to do. Alright then, back to Mappa Imperium. So now we're going to generate some geography for our two medium islands. So we're going to have to roll 2d6 8 times. So first it's going to be 3 plus 2, 5. It's going to be a big ass lake. Apologies, wrong tab. It's not City Skylines. I completely forgot to change stream information. It's my fault. It is a bit scuffed because I've had a bit of trouble recently, so it's just generally kind of scuffed. My apologies for that. Well, let's add a bit of a lake. A large lake, which is going to be, well, I don't know, somewhere in here. Thank you for the follow, Chester the Pup. I will certainly be playing more City Skylines later on this week, hopefully. So maybe you'll be able to catch me then. Otherwise, well, see ya. Hope you have a great day. this probably counts as a Great Lake, but now I'm going to have to back and screw a little bit with all this stuff in order to get a proper effect. But somewhat like this perhaps. Or like are there any others? Alright, so we have a rather large lake, which is more of an inner sea, but now, considering these are supposed to be medium islands, this would probably still count as a lake. So, our next element is going to be 2 plus 3. Another large lake. Well, let's add one here in that case. Like this. Lake. With this, I'm gonna move it a little bit. Somewhere here. Biggest lake. Another one, another biggest lake. Alright. Next, third element is going to be 3 plus 2, 5. Another lake. I'm going to mulligan that because this is getting weird. Alright. 2 and is that a 6 I'm saying? Yep. It's 8, which makes for mountains. Alright then? Mountains. Now, where's the brush that I use for mountains? Is this it? Yep. Alright. Let's add some mountains. This region over here will be the mountains, and we're also going to add some color to them once I finish drawing this. Bit of a mountainous region. And now some color to add to them. First, this brown. I will be tweaking it a little bit after just right now in order to make it a little less messy, but you get what I'm going for. Okay. Oh, back. There. There we go. Like this. Like this. And this. This. Oops. This needs a tiny touch. There. 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 Like this. Like this. Now, let's make it like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. 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 There. Just going to be this. Otherwise it's kind of weird. Something like this, yeah. A bunch of mountains, and just to make sense, let's add some small rivers to into the lake to make sense where the hell is all of this water then coming from. This. A bunch of mountains and some small rivers which fill into the lake. And some stuff like this. No, this doesn't really look good. This doesn't either. Right? Something like this. Okay. Let's go a little even more small and add something like this to this. That's where all the water's coming from into this particular lake. Alright then. Next step. Is going to be for number 4. It's 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1, 5 lake. I'm vetoing all the lakes after this. That would be 2 plus 5, 7, forest. Alright, now do I have any trees around here? Not a tree, not a tree, not a tree, not a tree. This will have to do. Is there anything better than that? Okay, this will do. Alright, then water, forest. Now, forest. Let's put something on this island. It's kinda empty at the moment. That doesn't go. Wait, that's okay. That doesn't really work for forest because that's actually a skull. That's actually skulls. Okay, this we'll have to do. Go back. Like this. Here it's in. Alright. Is there really nothing better? Okay, I think this would work better overall. And that's darker. It's forest. There we go. Oh, wait then. Oh. Still. That darker. Let's see, maybe. Oh. Like this. Just generally. Like this perhaps. That's some noise. This will do, I guess. Like this. Let's bring it down a little bit. Something like this. So we're on step 5. Alright, and next is 6 plus 6, 12. Fucking volcano. Interesting. Right, and then mountains. I have to once again find the proper brush. Where to be? There. Volcano, which will be here. Let's say it's here. Yeah. Take these. There it is. Now, top off. Top off the top. Let's add some of this. Mhm. Some, something like this, maybe. Click these. Apologies for that. That was my phone. Oh. Yes, there we go. Okay, now. And yet again, let's use this as an opportunity to add some water sources. And let's fix this. Okay, that needs to be redone. But I forgot the proper brush. Didn't put it into the lake. There we go. Else already like this. So do this a bit. This perhaps. Something like this. Alright then. Alright then, that's now 6 and 6. 4 plus 6. That would be 10 jungle. Where there was one that kind of made transferage. Okay, let's say that this is the jungle because I think I found a better option. For a forest, or is it the same? It's the same, okay. Never mind then. See if I can find something for the jungle. This. Now, this. Let's put the jungle somewhere in here. Now, we just figure out how to fill it up properly so that it doesn't look odd. Catering. There it is. Okay, this will do much better. Let's restart it entirely. Decorate this a bit. There we go. Something like this will work as a jungle. Alright then. Number 7. 4 plus lakes. That out. 2 plus 1. 3 wetlands. So essentially a swamp. A swamp. It would make sense to put it somewhere close to this. In which case, first some water. This will be a swampland. Now, let's add this on there. Now, okay then, let's add some magic. Photoshop magic. Make this a bit bumpier. That's it will be moved to another layer. And now to add some bubbles to make this even swampier. There we go. A big as swamp. Let's add some more water channels in order to explain where this swamp is getting all its water from, because while swamps are stagnant, they do still have some water input most of the time. So two smallish channels like this will be a swamp. And finally, number 8. 6 plus 1, 7. Another forest. Oh, let's add another forest. This now. Not, not harbor, flowers. Instead, let's put a four. No, that's too big. Need something like this. Alright. You just put a forest around the lake in this somewhere here. There we go. Here, let's just clean up some trees to make this a tad clearer. Something like this. Okay. And that was number 8, so the final one. In which case, I'm going to add I am going to add some actual rivers, because without them it rather obviously seems rather odd. Go into the ocean. Wetlands wouldn't go anywhere. Into the ocean. Let's add another one of those, like this. Now, yes, I can add another channel. Another channel here. Something perhaps going from this mountain in here, and this up, and increase this tiny little bit, and there. This is a bit more natural now. This it fits into the ocean, and perhaps a tiny messy little flow that adds some more into the wetland. Like this. Let's make this a bit more for more natural delta feeling. This as well. Just split it up. There we go. Yeah. It's one thing that's actually been rather interesting, if obvious, to find out is that despite how it looks, rivers don't go from the ocean to lake, but instead from lake to ocean, because all water usually starts in the ground, somewhere on the landmass, like in mountains, on hills, etc. Flows from there, and then from that flows into the ocean. When you think about it, it's rather obvious. But when you look at a map, you don't really think that's how it works, because it looks like rivers are going from the ocean to lakes and other such things. But it is actually the reverse. It's been kind of interesting to find out, no matter how obvious it is, and it helped me quite a bit when it comes to designing maps, especially when it comes to stuff, even when it comes to stuff like this, which is mostly driven by a generator. And another smallish smallish river which splits up like this. And let's also add another smallish lake which also goes off into the ocean like this. Actually no, let's put it as just a lake. There we go. That would be something like this. Like this, yes. Now let's add some minor details. This is a jungle area, and then where was this? There it is. Let's add some minor pockets of trees and such. This is going to be surrounding the lake. Just a giant swamp around here. Alright then. Something like this. Okay. Now let's move on to something more temperate. Minor forest like this. It's some intermittent trees around the place. Yeah. Now something like this. Just some trees around the place, some trees. There we go. Like this would make sense for there to be trees near the volcano. Actually no, it would absolutely make sense for there to be trees around the volcano, because surprise, lava and ash are actually good for plant life. Unlike this minor forest. Now let's add some minor islands. In between, like this, just this little island. It feels like something should probably be in here. Like this. Yeah. Now let's make this a bit differently shaped. Like this. Now smallish island here with a bunch of stuff here, like this, perhaps. Yeah, something like this. Alright, now we're touching up finished resources. Two resources or special locations. Now, what will be our special resources? Well, Perhaps it could be something. This, right? Yeah. Won't. Now. Special resources. Next. That's like, let's hit something interesting. Perhaps on this island. Let us say that there is a big let's say that this island is actually floating because it has where's okay, wait, no, I need to remember the writing brush that I used. It's not this. Is it this? No. This? No. It's it. No. It's no. This. This. No. This. No. This. No. This. No. This. Damn it, where's the right brush? Completely forgot. That no. That no. That no. The hell is the brush? This no. This no. This no. This no. Damn it. It wouldn't be. This no. This no. This no. That's the brush. And this angles you that direction. Yeah, gotta hate it when you forget something as basic as this. No. It's alright, I think I've. There it bloody is. There we go. Finally found it. Alright then. This is the floating island. Because of a natural deposit of air element crystals or something like that. Let's select this. Been a while since. Yeah. Hmm. Let me think. What would be a good symbol for air crystals? Aha, idea. This, 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 this. Something like this. There's an air crystal supply on this island, which makes it floating. Now, let's actually make it look like it floats. This and outer glow. Remove outer glow. Actually, yeah, remove outer glow instead of this. It will be a shadow. Shadow. Like this. Right. Right. This perhaps. Nose. This. Does this look right? Look right? Yeah. It it looks like it's floating. Okay. Nice. So there is a deposit of air crystals on that island. Another. The second element going to be. Let's think about this. Something interesting, something that could potentially be useful or interesting to live near. Okay. Let's say that in this swamp there is a population of swamp krakens. Yeah, and giant octopi. That's two octopus things. Basically tentacle monsters. Swamp octopi through his ink has some heavily magical properties. Like for example, being incredibly good for runic magic. Something like this. That. Now, let's do it like this. Now, fill the pasta in. And then, yeah. erase. Let's get rid of our eraser. And perhaps first thought I is also useful for various purposes. Now, two special areas: a floating island and swamp octopi. In this giant swamp, their ink is also the main reason why the swamp is like this. It congeals the water in the swamp, and to a certain degree, essentially forcing it to remain in place instead of blowing anywhere. Alright. With these two territories, the age of creation is finally done. We're moving on to the age of myth and legend, to the age of deities. So our faction is going to have from 1 to 4 deities. Well, first of all, let's roll for the emerald. Okay. So we're going to have 2 main deities. Now, let's pick a place. Yeah. Babe. 2,000. No. 400. This will be for one deity. This will be for another deity. Alright. Bait off. And what is our first deity going to be a god of? For an endeavor, the war, travel, the hunt, other such concepts. Well, well. Let's say that our first god is going to be a god of destiny. For reasons that some of you may know. Let's make it a female deity. Goddess of destiny. Let's just add some smoothing. Okay, there we go. Now that's overkill. There, this will do better. The goddess of fate. Let's put it like this. goddess of fate. And the second deity will be 5. Something around the home. Goddess of fate, and well, here, and the god of hearth, which will be an interesting impact on the culture of whatever species we'll end up with. God of the heart. Let's tweak this a little bit because they're not too close. Yeah. There we go. We have two main gods. The goddess of fate and the goddess of the hearth, and the god of the hearth. And symbol of the goddess of fate will be the tool. Her symbol will be let me think. What would be appropriate for a goddess of for a goddess of fate? Theoretically, a wheel would be appropriate, but it is also a rather obvious option. But it's also the one that makes makes the most sense. The goddess of fate, the wheel of fate, makes sense. So let's make it her symbol. The wheel of fate. There we go. This will be the symbol of a goddess. Now, for our god of the hearth, let's see what will be their symbol. Let's roll the dice and see where it falls. 4. Plant. Their symbol. What would be a plant that you could find at home? And not alone, but obviously. Oh. An apple would certainly make sense. But let's instead just make it sound like this, as somewhat less identified. A cut open fruit, something like this. Like this. God of the hearth, wife and husband, of fate and home, destiny and home, a wheel and an apple. And now, for the name. That means, I could theoretically randomize them, but do you have any ideas? I do have an idea for a name for a goddess of fate. It will be. Well, it will be. It will be. What? It will be Vada, the goddess of fate. No? To move it somewhere where it makes sense. Like, hey, here, right in the needle symbol, for a god of the hearth. Yes, I've got it. Our god of the hearth, of home, will be called Dime. Varda and Dime. That works. Alright. Let's epic break. Let's add some minor details to the world. This layer. Nothing. Let's just add some C to the sea. Add some C to the sea. And some minor effects in the lakes. There we go. The goddess of fate, Varda, the one that rules the world, the head goddess of the head goddess of the two-god pantheon of our future nation, the one who rules the world, while Dimir, god of the hearth and home, Protects the citizens of the nation, protects the people, and teaches them. The queen of the queen of the world, and the queen of the world, and the how do you say that? Queen of the world, and I completely forgot the word for that. The person who leads the tribe. The queen and the chief. Let's say it like this. And let us also make it something that is indeed part of the world. Right. Which one was it? What does it mean constantly forgetting the bride? Right. This one. The queen. The queen. The queen and the chief. This and well, like this. It's some detail to this. Like this. Now, with that decided, there are going to be some sacred sites for the deities. So, we're going to first with the goddess of faith, or hot spring. Well, considering that we already have a location here, Actually, oh, you know what? Let's add a new location. Let's add a new location. There's water. There's terrain. Terrain brush. The smallest brush will be around here. Seek, sacred spring of Queen Water. No, the sick the place where she goes to relax. Queen Water Spring. First, and find the brush. This, and it's done. Direction. There it is. Next, we go next step. First, put this back. And now scattering and texture. Direction, angle, like this. Much. Too much. This is a sacred location. I need this a tad more elegant. Right. Brush. With Lava Spring. With Lava Spring. And as for our god of the hearth, as for dinner, let's see what he gets. 5. Rock Tower. Let's put it. Considering that they are husband and wife, let's put the tower on top of this here mountain. There's not actually an apple on a giant apple that on that mountain. However, that would be the best representation on the map. Queen Water Spring. King Dinner's Tower. That's exists on the same mountain that produces the water that goes into the Queen's Spring. Let's say it like this: the water, the tower is their home, while the spring is where they go to rest. They are nearby. Obviously, they do not actually live there. However, that is their presence in the world itself. And with that, we move on from the age of legends, in the age of myth, into the age of foundation. The lines have been drawn. The wandering clans of the world are beginning to come together and form permanent settlements. This era will create your prime factions, our prime factions, and they will become into burgeoning empires. About 30 years of history. So, now let's determine who will be our main species, the main species of our empire. 2 plus 1. 3. Sea folk. Interesting. With the gigantic lakes and the fact that the queen and the fact that the deities are almost entirely landbound, the fact that our people are actually sea folk makes for something interesting. In that case, capital settlement on the map. Let's think about this. Perhaps the capital will be here. Let's think of how to display it. Hmm. Make this a bit wider. Sounds like hmm. Sounds like this, perhaps. No. Hmm. I guess let's do it simpler. Just a large circle. And I. This will be the capital. Actually, there will be an opportunity to figure out. So just put the capital here for now. Alright. Symbol for affection. First column, fifth column, fourth row, wings. Interesting. A seabound species for symbol is wings. That is certainly an interesting choice. Make it sound like this. This will be our factions. symbol. And now the color. What will be our color? 5. Column 5. 5. Purple. Well, in that case, like this. Actually, no. Let's use red for the main part. Or what, let's use purple only for what the faction believes belongs to them. Which would be their capital in this situation. Because I rather doubt that they would think that the deities' homes belong to them. Like this. Perhaps underwater it is easier to get purple pigment. So as a result, they had chosen it as their main color. Something that is used not just for nobility, as purple usually is, but for their entire civilization. Color of the citizens of the sea. The capital of the bay. What do we call it? Let's think. It's the bay. Call it. Let's call it like this. There. Where of the bay? Where of the bay? Now, their theme. Actually, yeah, let's go with something like this. Something that sounds, I'm not sure, Frenchy. Something like this will be their theme. So now let's roll for the faction name. It's 6. No, it's 5. Column 5. Roll 3. Nation. So This will be smaller. Like this. This will be a symbol. And then let's scale it a little bit. Erasing. Something like this. Just need to weaken this a little bit. There we go. Position it somewhere here. This will do. Nation of Nation of Lake. Then I'll the position this over there. This it go with the this Nation of Bay. Bay is the capital. And leadership. Pating ini kalau kena panik, let's say it like this. They is the immortal queen of the nation of the sea people of Way. Their capital is located in the Bay of Way. So let's name it. Bay of Bay of Way. Is where the capital located, and it's named after the beloved god queen, who is thought of as being the offspring of the two gods. Sacred home, something like this. Actually, I think I'll make the red a bit brighter because it can't really see it on this map. Much. Almost like this. In order for it to be a bit more clearly visible, because otherwise it's I think I'll stick back to the red to just make it a bit clearer. Like this. Alright. With that, perfection is design. Our neighbors. Now, let's see here. What neighbors are we going to have? 2. Tribe or clan. Return to page 7. Let's roll for their nature. 6. Actually no, 6 and 4. 10 animal folk. Well, who's going to be it's going to be a sort of an animal folk. So where are they going to live? Well, Say bird people. Bird people who live in the mountains, relatively nearby. Yeah. But kind of picking their own one. This will be this the mountain city of of Dream. He will be Dream. One moment. Just alright, fixed. Brain drive. Brain right. They're going to be minor faction living near the nation of Lay. Their symbol is going to be let's roll. Their symbol, so we can take a 1, 3, column 3. Row 3, fire. Actually, in that case, perhaps they're going to be not bird folk, but spider folk. Tribe of mountain spider folk. Who live somewhere here, and the brain tribe. The brain tribe, a small tribe of small yet popular tribe of spider folk, who are both conflicted and benefited from their neighborhood with the city of Wei, mostly benefited thanks to them existing on entirely different territories, with the sea folk being mostly while the people of Ray are amphibious. They still prefer living in bodies of water, in sea, in lakes, etc. So as a result, the Marine tribe and the nation of Ray have benefited from a history of rather peaceful cooperation, and simply thanks to not having to share much in terms of resources. And there we go. That's all for settlements of our nation of Wei. First, now going to be a military settlement. It will be let's say that's the sea monster that the swamp occupy of the swamp that they occupy of the swamp are not the only creatures that live in the swamp. It's generally full of various sea monsters. So of various monsters born of the sea, born of the swampy magical ink of the occupied. So as a result, the nation of Wei had built a city, a military outpost, a large military outpost in the delta, which became a place of defense against a method of calling and defense against the sea monsters, against the monsters, so that they do not escape and infest the sea. Say that the main weaponry would be like this. The watchful eye of the swamp delta the swamp military outpost. not too big, especially in comparison to the capital. It is a land-bound city, mostly in order to train the people of Lei, the soldiers in dealing with harsh situations, such as, well, not being constantly in water, like they would much rather prefer. The reason that why the outpost does not have much of a name beyond being called the outpost is because it's been demolished several times by the monsters. So far, they've managed to prevent their escape into the sea. However, several times the defenders ended up losing the outpost. So it had to be rebuilt so many times that they just generally stopped naming it. And now let's connect it. It is a bit of a trek from there like this. Now, this second city, the second settlement, mining industry. That will be here. Let's put it right here. Erase a bit. Yep. Much smaller rings. This is mostly a mining town. Let's call it the Quayston. Let's call it Quayston. mining, a mining, a mining city whose main export is marble, because because the nation of nation of Ley is very big about marble structures, both underwater and overwater and over the water. As a result, they they require quite a bit of marble, which was actually the other reason why they managed to discover the brain tribe. They were because one day they were mining when they discovered a network network of tunnels by the spiders of Brim that who exists across or around, while most of them live in the village. Brim spiders exist across the entire mountain range. As a result, Greystone doubles as a trading post between the nation of Brim, the nation of Ley, and the Brim tribe. Like this. Now, let us move on into the Age of Discovery. The empires are ready to explore and expand. Scouts and settlers are now being sent to explore and colonize the world. So, let's see. Actually, I think I'm going to take a bit of a breather because after all this talking, my throat's getting kind of parched. So let's take a bit of a pause. Alright, let us continue. So now we are in the age of exploration. So let's roll let's roll a few things. Well, this is going to be the last era I'll be showing on screen, mostly because I am getting rather tired for some reason. So it will be a full six times of 6 events in the Age of Discovery, and then we'll leave the nation of A in peace. So let's roll. That would be 2, 3, 6, 11. Let's see. Our empire is growing. Our empire is growing. Again. Alright. New settlement. What will it be? 1. Food. So the nation of Wei needed some territory to grow some territory to grow food, and on the other large island of this map, they discovered a rather fertile territory right over here near the volcano. All this ash has made this area rather fertile. As a result, it's the perfect place to grow food, and also the perfect city to start the colonization of the second island. And the city will be called Freya. The first city on the other island. another event. Oh. 5, 9, 11. And another city. Which would be 2. Another mining city. Well, let's say the people of Way have discovered the giant floating island over there. As a result, they rushed to it in order to mine it for the air crystals, which in order much simplified the transport network, since they no longer require since they were no longer waterlogged and could actually fly. Well, finally. Now, the floating city of Ava, perhaps. Floating city of Ava, which again was connected with a direct trade route that goes over air. First stopping at Foya for food before continuing on back to the underwater capital of Leia. And that was the second event. Now, third event. 4, 5, 7. Neighbors develop. What was it? tribe. So we roll on this table. Five. Floating village. So the Brin tribe wanted some addition, wanted to increase their cooperation they had with the nation of Wei. As a result, they went halfway and crafted a floating city, a city on the sea. Rights on the major trade route between the two islands. The brain trade post. Bit too small here. The Brain Seapost, which also doubles as a fishing village. There is no road, because the new airships permit the nation of Wei to maintain a transport network between the Brin Seaport and the Brin tribe, which makes it so that the rather mostly mountainous area, the mostly mountainous people of the Brin do not require to spend endless amounts of time building roads. At the same time, sometimes ships bypass the city of the capital of Ware and go immediately to the swamp outpost in order to rebuild the in order to help with rebuilding and refuel the resources. And also there is a trade route to the city of Quaystone in order to transport marble over to the other island. That was the third event. Now let's move to the fourth event. Fourth event. 7. It's 6, 12. 12 hostiles. Neighbor stable. Alright then. Hostiles. And these hostiles. 4. Magic user. Unfortunately, the nation, unfortunately, the nation of Brit, actually. Let's see here. And you can. One of Wade's own children, the grandson of the gods, has decided that he is greater than both Wade and even the gods themselves. As a result, he began to dabble in the forbidden field of necromancy and managed to settle and fill this small island with undead. Necromancers. Which let's hear which the most appropriate. And this area became known as the Island of the Dead. There it is. a corrupt land that that is, well, rather close to the capital, has yet to be properly besieged, because not because most of the military force of the National Bay is tied up in the swamp outpost, because the appearance of the mad necromancer of the necromancer of the necromancer Shadow Bay has caused the monsters in the swamp to go a tad haywire. Possibly due to something that the necromancer did. Now, that was which one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the fifth event of the Age of Discovery. Well, more hostiles. Now, neighbor stable. Again, more hostiles. 6. Legendary monster. As it turns out, the true reason why the monsters of the swamp went mad was because the necromancer Shadow Way, the son of Way, has figured out a way to control them, and somehow managed to kill and reanimate one in a way that gave it the ability to travel on land, not just on sea, and not just in the water, and managed to transfer it, despite the efforts of the swamp outpost military forces, to the sea. Now, the undead skeletal monstrosity haunts the seas, making the nation of Bay even more dependent on the airships of the floating city of Alba. Now, what to call this sea monstrosity? there. The thick. The fate lost serpent. The enormous sea monster, the enormous undead sea monster. Controlled by the son of Lake. Fate lost serpent. That was the fifth event. Now, the sixth and final event for the Age of Discovery and for the stream. Then, colonization. On the very distant shot, on the very distant shots, on the very distant shots, there is now shit. Yes, I know. The nation of Lake chose to colonize a new major settlement on the complete other side of their home island, both to get civilians further away from the island of the dead, and in order to encourage further exploration. The new city, the city of the city of Iva. The city of Iva. The new underwater city of Iva. In the Bay of in the Bay of the Bay of Sin. Mostly known so because the city of Iva has quickly grown rather odd by the standards of the nation of Lei, essentially being not quite lawless, but certainly not fully compliant with what's the government of the nation of Lei considers to be ordinary. Originally, it was named so after the scene of the Son of Lei, but the meaning quickly changed when the city began to change as well. Now, the final row of discovery. Zero. There. 6, 9. 9. Another kingdom. Page 7. Five, 6, 11. Giant kind. With two settlements of a new kingdom. Of a new kingdom of giants now. Symbol and color. Let's roll. Second column. 6. Beholder. And next column. Fifth row. Dark red. The beholder. And the naming will be based on that column, the consortium, the Titania Consortium. The Titania Consortium. A city in the heart of the forest. And coastal city. Upon explorers that ventured into the city of Iva, they have soon discovered an entirely different nation, one that's never been seen before, even by the brain. The giants of the Titania Consortium. Uh, deep in the forest, they lived in their jet in their gi- in their city in the city of giants, known as such due to both the titanic wildlife that inhabited it and the titanic trees that formed it, lived uh, king lived a tribe of giants. But lately, they began to grow into a proper kingdom to the point of creating an entire other city on the coast, both for exploration and for fishing. The result, the capital of Hanoi. Of Hana, of Hanoi, no, like this. The capital, the capital, the capital city of Hanoi, and the coastal town of the coastal city of Dga. and with that, okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And with that, that shall be the end of this stream, because I'm rather strongly running out of energy. I will probably work on this some more on my own, and post it somewhere on Twitter or somewhere else. Well, this is it for today's stream. I hope that whoever watched me enjoyed the stream. Hope to see you relatively soon. Now let us see if there's anyone streaming. Anyone? So the heretics streaming some GTFO, which is basically a horror game about surviving in a abandoned sci-fi lab as a convict. Well, I hope that whoever watched this has enjoyed this stream. See you.